Hi everybody. So as promised in today's class, I wasn't able to do the demonstration on how to develop a Gantt chart for your closeout report. So I'm just doing this very brief recording to do a demo of how you can do it on smartsheet.com. So obviously you'll start off going to smartsheet.com and it will take you through a number of things. So of course I've now already signed up and I've started my trial, 30-day trial, but you'll need to do that. So you'll go to project management, and because I'm already logged in, it automatically takes me through, and you should be able to just use your Google login details to just create a profile for yourself. As you can see there, I've got 26 days left of my trial, and that gives you enough time to develop what it is that you need to do. So there's a number of templates that you can use, but I was playing around with that and I thought it's just the easiest to actually just go at the top. As you can see, there's some tabs to create a new one. So you want to create a new project. Well, let's just first look at this particular page, what it's opening. So there's a lot of resources here. There's a video of how to use Smartsheet, and there's some pre-built Gantt chart templates. But again, like I said, I didn't like working with them. And this is how complex it can actually become if you look at the left-hand side. So it's much easier to just click on Create New. You'll click on the Create button. And you'll click on Project. And you'll give it a name. So let's say you give it Closeout Report. That will be the name. And it will open a screen that looks like this. Remember in class I mentioned there's a left-hand side that looks like Excel, and then on the right it looks like a calendar. And you'll be able to play around with where this sits so that you'll be able to get a better sense of what it looks like. So of course you're going to start off by building what it is that you are doing. So you can use the headings in the closeout report if you want to focus on the digital elements first and then the traditional elements later. You can do that. So you can give it a name here, digital elements. You can give it a subheading, Facebook, and then you can say, let's say Facebook, and then you'll say theme 1. And then that's how you start building it. The duration, you can then select it's perhaps 1 week. You can do it in days as well. You can say 2 days. I just remembered in class we spoke about perhaps first building community. So you want the first, let's say, 2 days to do that. And you can then click on the day in which you want to build that in. So we started the campaign 27 August. So let's say you started building your community on the 23rd. And it's 2 days, so it's already built in the 2 days. And already you can see it being plotted on the calendar there. If you click on that little block, you can right click and you'll be able to then change the color to whichever color you would like it to be. Remember I mentioned the predecessors. So those are the things that is needed for this activity to happen. So we don't really have that. So again, you right click and you just say, let's say hide column or delete column. So let's say you assign this to Tsepo. As you can see, the name appears on the side. You can move it up. You can say this is now 100% complete, and thus the status is completed. Okay, so now, but we've forgotten something, the planning phase. So let's say now you want to add a row. So you can click, that's the row menu on that particular button, and you can say insert above or below. So in this case, it is below. So you can say their development of content calendar. calendar. There we go. That was 1 week. And the start date of that, let's say, was the 13th of August to the 18th. So already there you can see. Again, you can change the color settings and you can play around with which colors you want to use and how you want to use it. So let's just build a little bit. Let's say Facebook theme 1, whatever the theme may have been, that was 1 week. You are going to say, so we've built community now up to the 24th. So we are from the 27th building that 1 week. There we go. It sits there. We want to change the color. And you'll see, because you've said it's completed, it changes the border of that slightly. So it's here, Paul. Let's say Kat Lejo was responsible for this. Oh, my apologies. So again, 100% complete. Let's say we wanted to say this is still in progress. So the color would be slightly different and you'll be able to see the status. Okay, but of course we are doing it retrospectively, so it is completed. Okay, so let's say we should be able to change the filling. So let's say we want to make that a gray background because it's a heading. This was content development, so let's say that was that color. And everything to do with Facebook, we want green. Okay, so let's say we had Facebook theme 2. So let's say we only had 2 themes. So we changed this to 3 weeks. Immediately the date changes and this changes. This theme was also 3 weeks. And that started, let's say it overlapped slightly. So this finished on the Friday in that week of September the 9th. So let's say we started it on the 3rd. Now let's make it a little bit later, the 10th. And Susie was responsible for this. So as you can see, it develops that overlap within your Gantt chart. Okay, so that's Facebook theme 2, and you now have a number of elements already within your Gantt chart. So this is also complete. We don't want to have comments in there. We can change the size of this. We can make a comment here, whatever it may be. Maybe you want to ask Susie to check the information, because you can also share this. No, I don't want to discard it. Post it. So now someone can see that there's a comment, and you can share this with some of your group members. So you'll just type in the details here, you'll look for them and invite collaborators, and you'll give them permission to edit or and they can share it as well. Okay. So I just want to close that, but now it doesn't want to allow me to close it. Okay, so now what we want to do once we are done developing this, we want to be able to now capture it and pull it into a Word document. So you would go to File and you would go to Export and you'll say Export to an image. Okay, so we want to take the entire sheet. We can custom a date range if you want to split it up, first 3 weeks, second 3 weeks, but we're going to do all dates. We're going to include the columns to be included. We're currently only saying the task name will be included, but we can include the duration, start, finish, and who it was assigned to as well. So as you can see now, all of those options and headings will be included. Let's click OK. So it's now generating my image, and this is what it will look like. All right, so now as you can see, it's quite broad, but you can then go into your image, click on your image. Depending on the program that you are using, you are able to just drag the section that you're looking for, and you'll be able to say, I just want to include this into the screen recorder. You'll be able to say File, and you'll be able to say, Edit, Copy. Then you'll go to your Word document. Okay, this is another Word document. Let's just open a new one, a new document. And you'll go to Edit, and you'll say Paste. And there you have it. Now you can resize it if you like. You can change the layout of your document to landscape so that you are able to make it a little bit bigger. And there you have your Gantt chart imported into a Word document. So you obviously want to play around with the formatting. Let's just delete it first and do it again. Edit, paste. Okay, so you want to make it slightly bigger, not too much. If you find that this doesn't work, you go to View and you click on Ruler so that you can play with the width of your page so that you can make it bigger and it still fits without going too big over the page. Come on. There we go. Okay. Or you can change it to landscape to fit it in nicely. Or like I said, you can break it down into 3 weeks, 3 weeks, so that it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so now the other way to do it, of course, if we just close this off and we go back to our document, is to say File, and we say Export, and we export it to a PDF. So it's also going to ask, what do you want to include? So here's just a task name, and I think to make it not so lengthy, you want to be able to just include the task name. So if we just move this down slightly, you should be able to now see the other part. So you can scale it. So you want it to fit the width of a page, and we want to make it portrait. Okay, so let's click on OK, and it's generating a PDF for me. This is what the PDF then will look like. So the same thing applies. Let's just move it up slightly, where you'll be able to then go on your PDF and say Edit, and you want to take a snapshot. So you just select the part that you want, you take the snapshot, you say OK, it's now already available. You go to your Word document and you will go Edit, Paste, or your shortcut key, Control V. The same thing will happen. And there's your Gantt chart inside your Word document created from this app. I'm going to make one more video just to show you how to take snapshots also from social media to put that into your reports.